Hello, 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 hello. I am looking at the time. I'm realizing I am starting a tad bit later than I wanted to, but it is for good reason. The good reason was the deck that I wanted to unbox tonight was at the bottom, the very, very bottom of my tarot bag, and in the a different pouch than I had first visualized. I had thought I had put it into um, a specific pouch, and I did not. For some reason, I did not. So I was on the lookout, and I, of course, went through all of the different pouches. And I finally was just like, what if it's in this one? What if it's in this one, the second to last one at the bottom of the bag? And of course it was. Of course it was. Like, because why would Tarot not want to send me on an absolute merry chase 5 minutes before the broadcast, right? Like, why not do that to me? Because earlier this afternoon, I found the guidebook that went along with it. But I figured, oh, okay, well, I found the guidebook. Like, hardest part over, I found the guidebook that I thought I had lost forever. And I was just like, okay, finding the deck's going to be easy. No, no. So I will be right back in 20 seconds and we will do real introductions on what this episode is about and what these episodes are about. So I will be back in about 20 seconds. If it lets me. There we go. Welcome, 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 welcome to this week's edition of Tarot by Hilary Live. I am your hostess I am your hostess with the mostest, Hilary of tarotbyhilary.com, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. And sometimes, even if you have intuition, even if you do this for a living, your tarot decks or the specific one that you want to work with for an evening live stream will elude you and have a sense of humor about it. So, anyway, the topic of tonight's episode is yet another unboxing. So this month, month of June coming up. So we're still in May, but tomorrow is June. So on this final day of working with the Accurate AF Tarot, we are doing an unboxing for next month's deck of the month, which is the Mystic Dreamer Tarot by Heidi Darras. And the guidebook is called The Dreamer's Journal by Barbara Moore. So it's a collaboration. Heidi Darras is the artist. Barbara Moore is the author. And I recently found the guidebook that I thought I had lost forever. I'm going to go ahead and grab it because I don't have the original packaging. This isn't going to be a true unboxing tonight. It's more going to be a revisitation of this deck because I never got around to doing unboxing videos when I first got this deck because I wasn't a YouTuber back when I got this deck. So say la vie, right? So this is the guidebook, The Dreamer's Journal by Barbara Moore. So this is the companion book for the Mystic Dreamer Tarot. And I have spoken before about guidebooks and the little white book and whether it can be a helpful tool for you or a hindrance. Sometimes it can be a little column A, sometimes it can be a little column B. But this month, since we found the guidebook, or since I found the guidebook, I have decided to use the Mystic Dreamer Tarot as the deck of the month for card of the day pulls. Now, That being said, I am going to be doing a collaboration with Sophia of Benevolent Corvus fame, in which we compare a modern tarot deck of our choosing and put it alongside a traditional RWS card. So you may be getting two cards, or if you look at both Sophia's socials and my socials, you might be getting up to four cards. So we're going to be doing some comparing and contrasting of the imagery that appears on a traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot card as compared with a modern counterpart. Now, the modern counterpart that I'm choosing is the Mystic Dreamer. I'm not sure the one that Sophia is choosing. She will probably be posting that on her socials, so make sure you check her out. Benevolent underscore Corvus, I believe, is her social media handle. So anyway, let me greet everybody, say hello to everybody. So that is tonight's episode is an unboxing, a revisitation of the deck of the month for June, the Mystic Dreamer Tarot. So Fran is here. Good evening to Fran. Katie's saying hello and also referencing it's going to be in the last place that you look. Of course it is, Katie. Of course it is. But I really thought it was in this pouch that I got from Ipsy, which is like a makeup company. You get like 5 samples, different makeup stuff each month, and then they send it to you in a cute little collectible bag. And I found that that bag works perfectly for tarot decks if you want to rehouse them. Now, in the case of the Mystic Dreamer Tarot, I don't have the original packaging to show you because it came in like a huge box, like a bigger box where it was just like the companion book was here, and then I think the tarot deck was here. And then it was all in this box that was about yay big. So enough room for the companion book and then the deck underneath. So I think that was the original packaging of the Mystic Dreamer. I could be wrong about that. So this is the reason why I'm saying this is not going to be a true unboxing, sight unseen, you know, releasing it from the cellophane, that sort of thing. It's more going to be a revisitation, but I never did an unboxing for this. So there you go. So yeah, I thought that I had put it in one of the Ipsy bags that had little like smooch marks on it, like little lipstick marks on it, very cute. Because as I said in the description of this video, I tend to use this deck for love readings, for romance readings. It's been a while since I've used this deck with clients or by myself. So let's see if the timbre, the flavor of those readings have changed since then. But I thought I had put it in a smoochy bag that's like pink with like red lip prints on it. No. The bag that it actually came in, the bag that I chose to put it in, was not that. So this is the reason why I couldn't find it, because it's a completely different bag than I expected. This bag was actually made for me along with like a spread cloth and I think another bag. Oh gosh, I can't remember who made this for me, but it was my bestie reached out to them and had them make it for me. And then also, if you don't have a subscription to Ipsy, I don't have a subscription to Ipsy anymore, but I've got like plenty of bags from them. You can always order them, or you can make your own, or you can crochet them, or you can knit them, or you can reach out to companies like Moonlit Fae, who make really, really cool tarot bags, and do it that way. Recently I have noticed when I've been doing these unboxings is like the packaging, the original packaging, like tarot deck producers and publishers have caught wise to the fact that we want stronger packaging for our decks that will protect them so they don't get foxed on the edges or anything like that. So sometimes I don't need to transfer my deck into something different because its original packaging will preserve it. So you know, I don't have as much use anymore, but you know, sometimes it's nice to rehome the cards into different packaging. So, and I see, we are only 10 minutes into the broadcast and we already got spammers soliciting in the chat. So over on the Book of Face, please go ahead and ignore that. I mean, they're reaching out to the wrong people because you people are regulars, you know the drill. But if you happen to not be a regular and you're noticing those messages, it's not for me. I'm not affiliated with that person, nor would I ever dream of coming into someone's live stream and soliciting business. Just wouldn't do it. So, yes. Oh, and Dina is here as well. Hello to Dina. Welcome, welcome. And Dina saying hi to everyone as well. And Fran making me laugh. And you've been selected to be blocked. Yes. That verbiage, you've been selected to get a reading. Ooh, and you've been selected to be blocked because you're an asshole. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Because sometimes I can't do it live on the broadcast. I'm too busy teaching or unboxing or giving a reading or doing the astrology from Teresa Reed to be able to do that for myself. So it's appreciated. Please and thank you. And also, we do sometimes have Sophia in here playing moderator. I don't know if she's going to show up for tonight's broadcast because, time difference. I understand it's a real thing. But I did want to mention about that challenge that we're doing for the month of June because she reached out to me about a week ago saying like, hey, do you want to do another challenge? Because at the time that I wanted to do a challenge with her, life stuff happened that I'm still not at liberty to discuss, but things are much better. Thank you all for thinking of me and thinking about my family. Even if you don't have the deeds, I appreciate it. So that was the last time she reached out to me for collaboration. And now this time the timing is right. So I'm not sure which modern deck she's choosing. I have a feeling it might be the This Might Hurt tarot, which I think is an excellent choice. But I could be wrong about that, or she could have changed her mind between then and now. So we'll see. But my modern deck is going to be the Mystic Dreamer. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the main pillars of the episode. I know y'all and thank you all so much for rolling with me when I did the impromptu late live stream last week at around 8 o'clock. So it was a surprise to everyone. Everyone was just like, oh my God, did she do it? Did she do it? I saw the comments on the gram of Insta like, oh, did I miss it? Did she do it? Is she okay? She is okay. Thank you all so much. She is fine. So, but I didn't have any of my, I was driving. I didn't have my my astrology in front of me. I didn't have my tarot cards to hand. I couldn't do much about it besides just being me. And sometimes that's enough, right? So, but this week we are back to our regularly scheduled programming and also our regularly scheduled pillars of the broadcast, which is the astro-weather from Teresa Reed's wonderful Astrobiz Digest. We're also going to do the mid-episode reading, which one lucky viewer wins a free 3-card reading with me live on the broadcast. So tune in if you're new. Tune in, stay tuned. Let me put on the crawler. Stay tuned to be considered for a live tarot reading. That does not guarantee that you're going to get one, but you can be entered to win it. And if you don't win it this time, try again next week. Keep on trying until you get your free reading with me. And if you're already ready for a reading, you can always reach out to me to book one at tarotbyhilary.com. And it is just my eyeballs on all communications. I don't have a virtual assistant. I'm not there in my career yet. Maybe soon, maybe within the next year. I do feel big things on the horizon, but until then, I will let you know. I will let you know if it's no longer just my eyeballs. And pretty sure my virtual assistant will not eyeball anything personal or confidential. They'll probably just have access to my schedule. Help. I do feel a lot of different things on the horizon. There's been a lot of people reaching out to me. it's been overwhelming in a really good way, but also like I feel the imposter syndrome creeping in. Like it's just like, oh, are they reaching out to like me? Like, mm? And it's like, no, you like. so so we've got the mid-episode reading coming up. Oh yeah, and Fran, yeah. Before we go any further, which reminds us, Fran has to tell us her post-reading action update from last tarot reading, maybe after the unboxing, or before, or whenever. I am very curious about that. I saw that really briefly, like when I was driving. I saw, oh gosh, was it during the live or was it on the gram of Insta where it's just like, oh my God, like, no, but I have to, like, next episode, like, next live stream, I gotta tell you something. And I'm like, and then I was just like, oh, I like, I need to know the tea. I'm like, I am not immune. Like, I am a nosy person. And even if it's not my stuff to tell, like, obviously, I will not tell. Like, it is sacrosanct. Any information that you get from a tarot reading or give to a tarot reader, like that is sacrosanct. And usually I don't freaking remember it. It's called sacred amnesia. It's something that even if you're not born with it, you can learn to cultivate it. um and I first heard about this concept, but though it was already happening in my reading, so I'm just like, oh, thank God somebody wrote about it. Psychic Tarot, Nancy Antonucci writes about it in her book, but it's basically that concept of sacred amnesia where it's just like, it's not my message, so therefore I don't absorb it, so therefore I don't remember it. So it's like, it's really important to cultivate sacred amnesia, especially if you want to do this for a living, especially if you want to become a professional psychic or a professional tarot reader. Like, you got to cultivate the sacred amnesia. Otherwise, you will lose your mind doing this work. You will. But that doesn't mean that I'm not immune to curiosity. And I want to like I feel like sometimes my clients are my kids. And interestingly enough, Sophia has called me tarot mom on a number of occasions, which at first made me really uncomfortable and now just makes me laugh. So even if the client is older than me, it's just like, I'm tarot mom. Yeah. So, once I start reading for you for a number of years, it's just like, I want good things for you. I want to see good things for you. So it kind of makes being objective a little bit harder. But also, it makes me really curious too. Like, okay, like, how did that pan out? Or, oh, I did say that, or oh, that is good advice. Like, who told you that? It's like, you did in a reading. And I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, when and if Fran wants to tell, she can tell, or Fran, feel free to message me privately if you don't feel comfortable sharing it publicly. But considering you said publicly, oh my God, I got to update, like, I'm feeling that you probably are okay with posting publicly or updating us publicly. But if not, message me. It's fine. I get it. But I need the tea. Anyway, so mid-episode reading, where you can win an opportunity to get read by me, 3-card reading live on the broadcast. We will be using the Mystic Dreamer, which is the unboxing. And then we will be doing the weekend forecast, which is either a tarot card or an oracle card, just so we can enter into the reading prepared and not scared. If that sounds good to everyone, give me a hell yeah in the chats. Let me know. And within all of that, we're also going to do the unboxing of the Mystic Dreamer, which is already unboxed. I will try my best to find the majors, find the lady of the majors, and then I will try and pull some of the main cards that you guys like to see if you're on the fence about a deck or you're not sure if you want to purchase a deck. I know that most of you like to see the queens of the minor arcana. Like, I will pull that. Like, I'm definitely looking to see what the high priestess looks like in this deck. And I feel like this is one of the decks in which the high priestess had a bearing on the high priestess that became my tattoo. So my tattoo of the High Priestess on my left forearm is not a real High Priestess tarot card. It doesn't actually exist. The basis of it is, I think, an artist, took tarot concepts and did a couple of the majors, but none of the minors. So it's not a real deck. You can't purchase it. They were just inspired by the archetypes of the tarot. So I saw that as the image that I wanted to be my base image for the for my tattoo. And then, I source the information from other tarot readers and from myself, in which I basically said, like, what makes the High Priestess the High Priestess to you? Like, which symbols? How does it look? How does it feel? And from all of that amalgamation, I worked with my tarot. I'm the tarot reader. He's the tattoo artist. I worked with my tattoo artist, and he drew up this beautiful High Priestess and slapped it on here. And I think I've had it for 12 years now. Something like that. Can't remember which year I got it, but she's beautiful. But I'm pretty sure that a spirit of the High Priestess from the Mystic Dreamer is in this tattoo as well. So anyway, lots of intro there, guys, lots of catching up. How about astrology? Do we want to do the Astrobiz Digest? Do we want to do the astro-weather? Give me a hell yeah. Let me know. And I'm going to, while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to plug in my laptop so that it doesn't just click out while we're doing this, which has, in fact, happened before. No one wants that to happen. No one. See, and you can see her. See, she there. Gonna make her shake. Gonna make her jiggle. And in all of that, you might have seen my previous tattoos. Not sure if you can see that was my first one. That's Guinevere, my fairy. My second one is the triple goddess, the triple moon symbol, in the middle of my back, which is where my bra straps are hitting back there. My third one was my High Priestess. My fourth one is part of the logo of Card Slingers Coast to Coast. So, did I ever expect to get matching tattoos with someone? No. Did I on the spur of the moment when I flew out to St. Louis? Yes. Yes, I did. All right. So Katie's saying yes, please. I haven't really looked at the astrology this week. I tried to a little bit for oh gosh. So I had a couple of email readings come up. So I wanted to make sure I did the email readings in the right astrological frame of mind, which I always look out for when I'm doing email readings. And then I also had a lot of people reaching out to me about private parties, about public events. So I might be doing a public event next weekend unexpectedly. So I'm like in the mix for that. Like that sort of thing doesn't happen necessarily. Like this was all kind of a spur of the moment thing. I think I mentioned it in last week's live stream where I was driving home. Yeah, so I might have that coming up. And then I might be doing some Halloween shit as well. So, and I see that Shakira is posting, can I have a reading, please? Not right now. You can stay tuned to be considered for a live tarot reading for the mid-episode reading, or you can book on my website, tarotbyhilary.com. Please and thank you. Or you can just stay tuned for the astrology. All right. So, Astro weather. So this is coming from Teresa Reed's wonderful Astro Biz Digest. And again, these people that are reaching out to you, I am not affiliated with them. Please ignore, block, etc. Report. I guess I'm going to have to go in here and play moderator right now. I hate to have to do it, but I'm gonna have to do it. So give me a second, folks. It's like thanks for ruining it for everybody. Jeez, they are just incessant, aren't they? All right. So let me see if I can do this. Comment moderation. Ooh, very nice. Let's see. There is definitely comment moderation here, but aha, found it. There we go. Found you. Ban. Confirm. And ooh, ban from stream. Confirm. Nice. I think I took care of them. Can either ban from page or ban from stream. Anyway, we're trying. We're trying. Anyway, AstroBiz Digest is from the wonderful Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady. $99 subscription for the year for astrology in layman's terms, straight to your email inbox. It is geared towards entrepreneurs and business owners, but I have found it to be incredibly helpful in planning my own personal life as well. So if you want a copy of it for yourself, thetarotlady.com/astrobizdigest. But don't do it right now. see if you like, see first. And I will always give the astro weather, the main transits going on for the week, and then of course Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's it. Because I want to be able to showcase Teresa's work without completely, giving away the farm, because that's not what this is about. Anyway, and of course my phone is in the other room, still in my bag. So let me go ahead and open the Astro Weather, the Astro Biz Digest, in another tab. I'm doing a lot of tabbing today. Oh, and if at any time you are having problems with the stream, if you can't hear me or if you can't see me, please put it in the chat because sometimes I don't see it. I think everything's copacetic and then it's not. So let me know if you are not seeing or hearing me. Please and thank you. Okay, let's continue. All right, so the astrology is here somewhere because I was just looking at it, I promise. All right, astrology for May 27th through June 2nd. Oh my God, I can't believe it's June tomorrow. So the cosmos is quieter this week, no major transits going on, but that doesn't mean it's slacker time. There are plenty of opportunities to rock your business. Like I said before, Astro Biz Digest is geared towards entrepreneurs and business owners. You are not an entrepreneur or a business owner. Feel free to take or leave that wording or that businessy wording and just take the messages. Take the messages that feel pertinent for you and leave the rest. Got it? Got it. Good. Okay. So for Friday, May 31st, Mercury conjuncts Uranus at 1:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a marvelous aspect for dynamic conversations, brainstorming, and innovative thinking, though that is early as shit and I was asleep at that point. It's here, though, for the whole weekend, so there's plenty of time to generate original ideas or meet with genius types. The moon moves into a sextile with this conjunction at 1:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, an ideal afternoon to connect with the public, pitch the media, host a live stream, hello, or practice good outreach. It will all pay off. That's fantastic, actually. That I cannot tell you how well that paired with the emails that I was sending out this afternoon. Fantastic. Energy is elevated when the moon darts into Aries at 11:28 p.m. Suddenly, you're ready to kick ass and take names. Why sleep when you can make bold moves? I don't know, because I need sleep. As tempting as it may be to burn the midnight oil, it might be wise to rest now to conserve that mojo for the weekend. So today, Friday, May 31st, is a power day for Pisces and a weekday for Virgo. It's a lot. That's a lot. So we got Aries moon. Aries moon all weekend. That makes a lot of sense. Still with me, everybody. Want to make sure, because we did have a lot of those spammers. I want to make sure that everyone's still with me. All right. Good. Still here, still paying attention. Awesome. Awesome sauce. All right. Let's keep going. So Saturday and Sunday, the Aries moon is operating all weekend long, which means you can make epic things happen. This lunation is for fresh starts, launches, bold ideas, and business risks. Giddy up. Thanks to the moon in sextile with Venus and the sun, Saturday evening is fabulous for events beginning at 6:15 p.m. If you're attending or hosting a gathering, expect significant connections. Sunday morning is clear, ideal for starting things new, or brunch. At 1:03 p.m., the moon aligns with Chiron, your cue to initiate healing conversations. Is it time to talk it out with a peer or a teammate or your partner? Or do you want to deliver a rousing speech to the public? Both would work well now. Put new ideas and launches on hold when the moon conjuncts Mars and stations void at 6:04 p.m. Instead, focus on finishing tasks and prep work for Monday. Jupiter trine Pluto at 8:13 p.m. is divine timing for creativity, intuition, teaching, joint finances, corporate business, and travel. Tap into this aspect's intuitive side and download essential guidance for your business affairs. It lingers for 3 days, so enjoy. Mercury sextile Neptune at 11:57 p.m. adds extra oomph to your business instincts. Trust your gut and muse over the next few days and see what you uncover or conjure up. Both days, Saturday and Sunday, are power days for Aries and weak days for Libra. That's a lot of energy. Guys, that is a lot of energy. But that's a lot of good energy, I think. Maybe that's just because, sun sign Aries, moon having the moon be in Aries. My moon is not in Aries, it's in Gemini. But Aries moon, go get it. Go get it. Now, at this time in the broadcast, I want to open up the floor. If people had questions about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday and the astrological reason why, please go ahead and put it in the chat. Let me know, and I will quickly look at the AstroBiz Digest before we move on to the unboxing of the Mystic Dreamer Tarot. And how's everyone feeling about the Accurate AF Tarot? Now that we have completed the month deep dive into the Accurate AF. By the way, the unboxing is available on the Tube of You and the Book of Face. Oh, and we got okay, we got Fran's update in spades. All right, thank you, Fran. So let's go ahead and show it. It's not going to show all of it, but I will read it out here. So my question was about a job opportunity at work. So the reading said that there would be obstacles. This was Friday night. That was Friday night. So my plan was to work on my resume and application on Saturday. We had a thunderstorm Saturday morning. There was all of this at once, a big, huge clap of thunder and lightning, which came in this giant ball through my living room. I was sitting on the sofa. I screamed like a little girl and wet my pants. My roommate saw it in the room below. Holy shit, Fran. We are okay now. No one was hurt. It did, however, blow out all of the cable and the internet equipment. Holy shit. Seriously, this is not the obstacle I had in mind. That's not the obstacle that I had in mind either. Like even as a professional psychic intuitive, like what? Like I was like, obstacle. I didn't know it was gonna be that. Jeez. Anyway, I got it fixed, put in my application, and had an interview Tuesday. After the interview, not sure it's the totally better move I thought it would be, but it's got my current department asking me what they can do to make me happy. Talk about a freaking tower moment. Like, lightning, hello? Like, I don't know which cards came up for you, Fran, but I would not have been surprised if the tower was in there somewhere, or tower energy. Like, that lightning struck and the lightning, like, holy shit, dude. Like, I'm very glad that you're okay. I'm very, very glad that you're okay, but like, I don't know what that was, whether or not that was just cementing in the reading for you, or like that jolt, kind of pun intended, but not really, that you needed. But like I don't remember what I said in the reading. Again, sacred amnesia. However, if I said anything to the point of you're irreplaceable, but you're not irreplaceable, like that's kind of the vibe. So Katie, regarding astrology, wow, thank you for sharing, Fran. Thank you for sharing. So Katie says, nothing for me. I had a mostly quiet week, except last night where I spoilt a friend with cocktails and sparkly earrings. Oh, that's nice. That's nice to hear. And Katie says, wow, current department asking what to do to make you happy is a good outcome. Yeah. Yeah. Because like, when it's all said and done, like, are all of us replaceable to our jobs? Yes, yes. Like some way, shape, or form, they're going to figure it out. If we got hit by a bus tomorrow, or you know, geez, these spammers are in force today. Bye. Like seriously, man. Yeah. Dina's saying imposter syndrome also coming up for me this week. Yeah. So I mean, like all of it tied together. Are we replaceable? Yes. Technically speaking, we could get hit by a bus or lightning bolt. I'm like knocking on wood as I say that tomorrow, and they would figure it out. They'd figure it out. However, there is still something that is irreplaceable about you, your spark, your spirit, what you bring to the role, that they would not be able to replace so easily. So, would they make do? Yes. Would it be the same? No. And that's me without the cards. So, thank you very much, Fran, for updating me on that situation. I really appreciate it. Some readings, I send them out and I never hear anything back, especially like email readings or text-based readings. I send it out and I never get bupkis back. I never get anything back. So I don't know. I don't know if it was accurate or not. I don't know if they got what they needed or not. I don't know. And then there's other people that like, you know, emailing me back asking me for specifics or clarification or this or that. And it's just like it's not quite clarification. It's more like pulling more out. Like, how can I get more out of you? I can feel the difference between a simple clarification and give me more, give me more. And then there are the in betweens and the people who confirm, and that's you. And I appreciate it. It's not too much and it's not too little. It's just right. And I thank you for confirming. Yes. Yeah. But I promise you, I had words for you. Hmm. Yes. Much of the words. So does anyone want me to take a look at the AstroBiz Digest before we dive into the unboxing revisitation of the Mystic Dreamer? I don't think so, but I can be persuaded. I still have it up on my screen just in case people come in a little bit late. But yeah, so tonight's episode is about the Mystic Dreamer, unboxing the Mystic Dreamer, taking a look at the guidebook as well. So found the guidebook first, had a little bit more trouble finding the cards to go along with it. And this is the problem with putting the guidebook and the cards in two separate places. And I didn't even know. I didn't even know I had this freaking guidebook. So I've had this for years. It came with the deck, but I never used it. Maybe it's a sign that I should. Anyway, so Dreamer's Journal is the guidebook, and the text is by Barbara Moore. The cards are by Heidi Darris. Llewellyn. It's a Llewellyn deck. First edition, fourth printing in 2011. So I'm not sure when this deck came out. I think it might have been 2008, according to the credits page. Oh, that's really cool. So artist acknowledgements, thank you to all the people in the Deviant art community and friends who supported me during this whole process. I remember Deviant art. Do you guys remember Deviant art? Oh, I loved that site. All right, more spammers in the chat. Yikes. Banned from all live streams. I'm just like hitting that ban from all live streams button. I guess this is what I have to do. It sucks, but I guess that's what I have to do. Anyway, so Mystic Dreamer. So working with the Mystic Dreamer, so this is from the author, so this is from Barbara Moore. Working with the Mystic Dreamer Tarot has been challenging and has brought about the most change in my understanding and knowledge. By nature, I am inclined to linear structure. The Gilded Tarot spoke to me of the numerological connections between the major arcana and the four suits of the minor arcana. That is, the aces related to the magician, the twos to the high priestess, etc. By the way, the Gilded Tarot, I believe, is Ciro Marchetti. That's a Ciro Marchetti deck. The Mystic Fairy Tarot brought its own narrative structure. Each suit told a story. I'm not sure who did the Mystic Fairy Tarot. And the Mystic Dreamer, which we're talking about tonight, did not speak to me of structure. In her artist note, Heidi speaks of using the moon as a recurring symbol. She says that she uses it because it stands for intuition, creativity, magic, and mystery. She uses it to remind us to pay attention to details, to look closely before jumping to conclusions. The moon, after all, can hide as much as it reveals. She uses symbols meant to inspire intuitive personal reactions and interpretations. She has created a deck that doesn't want any linear structure. Luckily, her images are based on traditional tarot card meanings, so there is some underlying foundation. Some symbols she included because of specific connotations, and others are there to speak to individual readers. As the writer, I had to find the balance between providing enough information for a beginner to read the cards and allowing enough space for personal intuitive interpretations. Now, I'm really glad that I read that to you guys, because that is part of the reason why it's sometimes difficult to say whether or not the guidebook is helpful or a hindrance. Now, you're just getting to know a tarot deck. It can be very helpful because especially if the guidebook is created by the artists themselves or by someone like Barbara Moore, who has the familiarity with the tarot and is working in conjunction with the artists to create the guidebook. You know, that way they have an understanding of the process or the reason why this symbol is appearing at this time, or why it's important to the artist to include this particular symbol on this particular card. However, this has explained pretty succinctly striding that line between having the guidebook be a useful tool and then also allowing your interpretations to fly and allowing your intuition to be sparked by these images. So no wonder I didn't need the guidebook when working with this deck, because it already had that moon-based intuitive kind of feel to it. Now, the reason why I was attracted, like, I don't know why it became my love readings type of deck, but it was just like, seemed like anyone that wanted a love reading or a romance reading would intuitively pick this deck. And so enough people used it enough times for it to become the deck that I would purposely choose for their reading if they were talking about romance or asking about romance or a love situation. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily lasted. Like I said at the beginning of the episodes, I'm not sure if, you know, that flavor is still going to come through over the next month. It could be. Could be that the next month we are going to be talking all about relationships in the card of the day polls, or it could be something a little bit different. I don't know. I'm willing to explore it, or if you are. So So here's the artist's note. The artist's note. 5 years ago, my son was born. And this is at the time of the creation of the deck. He didn't like that I cleaned downstairs while he was sleeping. So I discovered the internet and a program called Paint Shop Pro 8. I started to make cards from it, just for fun, cutting and pasting photos and adding little effects. While I was on the computer, my son slept for 3 hours instead of his usual 30 minutes. So I had some time for myself. I started to relax and have fun. And I began an adventure that I never would have predicted. In 2004, I joined DeviantArt, an online art gallery. I always was a little bit creative and liked to paint, but I hadn't touched a brush in 8 years. So finding Paint Shop Pro and VA was the beginning of a very intense creative process for me. I spent hours and hours improving my skills just for the fun of it. And sometimes I felt like I was making up for lost time. I never went to art school, something I always regretted. This was my way of nurturing the creative spark I'd always had. In November 2006, I was manipulating another piece of art, a strange one, and when it was finished, it looked like the tower from a tarot deck. So I started on another one to see if it was time to create my own personal deck, and the moon was born. The third card was the sun, and before I knew it, I was making a complete major arcana. If the first 3 cards had failed, this deck would never have been born. After making the major arcana, I was planning to stop, but then the people on DeviantArt started to ask if I would create the full deck, and I just felt a big urge to do so. I knew that it would be challenging and an important lesson in patience in completing a project. I had always wanted to create a deck from the moment I read about them when I was 17. I couldn't find a deck that resonated with me, so I promised myself that one day I would make one. Tarot decks are fascinating. They tell stories in each little card, and they also give advice. They are stubborn, with a mind of their own. Well, now this explains why I couldn't find this deck before. It's all coming together, folks. I knew my dream deck would be emotional. I wanted to reveal the hidden emotion in each card. But I also wanted to eliminate the symbols from the Bible as much as I could to make the images more up-to-date and accessible. I also wanted the deck to have an aura of mystery and dreaminess. Some symbols took on special importance and are repeated through the deck. Ravens and other birds show up often, as does the moon. I have a particular connection with the moon. In dreams, ravens symbolize the secrets of the subconscious, showing us things that we would prefer not to know. They represent a feeling of foreboding, an important message, or something of our lives that need attention. The moon stands for intuition, emotions, creativity, inspiration, and it can evoke a feeling of magic and mystery. The moon tells us to pay attention to the details before jumping to conclusions. It can reveal inner peace and feelings of serenity. Most of the moons in this deck are full, which tell us that we need to trust our instincts and intuition to reach our goals. I always had the feeling that I was just a tool when I was creating this deck. I couldn't say, now I shall make the fool, because I always ended up with a different card. I had to work by intuition. I saw a model and started. That's it. Only after I finished did I know if it would be a wand, a sword, a pentacle, or a cup. I learned so much as I created this deck. I learned to look closer at each card, discovering their hidden mysteries, and yet I still don't know everything about them. The deck itself is photo manipulated, which means that the cards were created from lots of different photos. Different pieces were used to create new landscapes. Also, 3D programs like DAZ 3D and View to Spirit help me create the details in the cards, along with a little bit of digital painting. It is really a high-tech version of cutting and pasting with some embellishments. I never expected that people would like the deck and even wanted to have for their own readings and to use. And I never expected the deck to be published. It was something that was far away from my mind, but I should have known that that deck would not be pleased to remain stored on my computer and would demand more. So that's the story of my Mystic Dreamer Tarot. It's been one big adventure, one dream come true that I never would have dreamed could happen. Now, I didn't mean to read all of that to you, but I'm fascinated. So the guidebook itself has, the note from the artist, the note from the author, introduction, reading the cards, key tarot journal, spreads, dream work, the major arcana, the minor arcana, the wands, the cups, the swords, the pentacles, and the court cards. So, and each of the cards themselves have the card. It is black and white. The guidebook is black and white inside, but it does have an image of the card that it's speaking about. And I believe that's true for the minor arcana as well. Yes, it is. So it has the interpretation. It also has a little bit of a reversed interpretation if you do read with reversals. And then it has a little nugget, a little sidebar here that says use your intuition for each and every card. So this can be a really great resource if you're using this deck, or you can even use this quasi with another deck if you wanted to use those intuition sidebars to prompt you. Yeah, so Katie says that actually is wonderful to know about the creative process. Yeah, I had no idea that, it wasn't, like, it truly was not linear. Like, she sat down to do a card and she didn't know what card she was doing until it was done. That's pretty darn cool. So, and I mean, that speaks a lot about sometimes, even sitting down and doing reading, like, you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what card you're going to pull. So that's kind of cool to hear that the creation of this deck was like, you don't know which card you're going to create when you sit down to do it. That's pretty, I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. So we have the guidebook here. So I will be referencing the guidebook during the card of the day pulls. I also will pull the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, which I did happen to find as I was looking for this one. I found my my old school Rider-Waite-Smith so that I can pull both whatever card gets pulled from here and then the traditional RWS to do that side by side, compare and contrast as well. So you're going to be getting a lot out of each and every card of the day over the next month. All right, so that's the guidebook. And let's go to the cards. Now, I will try and pick out some of the majors. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to do the mid-episode reading first. That's what I want to do. So we're going to do it. We're going to do the mid-episode reading first, and then we're going to look at some of these images, because some of the images that come up, you're also going to see in the mid-episode reading, and then we'll look at a little bit more. And then for the rest of the month, we're going to be working with this deck. So you'll be able to see which cards come up. So how about that? All right. So in order to be entered to win the mid-episode reading, I think the keyword should be dreamer. So let me go ahead and set that up with my widgets. Here's the comment snake and the lottery jar and the settings. So filter word, dreamer. Actually, let's just put dream. Let's make it simple. Okay, that should be good. And let's put the countdown widget up there. We won't start it until we have the first person in. So, edit. All right, that is updated. So this is the time for the mid-episode reading. So what you want to do, if you want to be considered for a 3-card reading live here on the broadcast, comment the word dream in the chat. Your image will go into the lottery jar right there. And then, yeah, I did not pick the word lightning. Your comment will go into the lottery jar. And then after 3 minutes and 33 seconds, we will pick a winner. So, and now after Fran's story, no one wants to comment. Uh, Actually, while we're doing this, I'm going to refill my water bottle. But I will be right back and you can watch the paint dry. Or I can answer any questions that you might have. Um, and Katie is in dream, throws herself into the lottery jar. Whee! Dina throws herself into the lottery jar. Whee! I will make the sound effects because we don't have the picker wheel anymore. I mean, we could always bring back the picker wheel if you guys would like, but I mean, having the lottery jar, like voila, just right there, it's just maybe I should request from Be Live sound effects or a soundboard. Is there a widget like that yet? Let me look. No. No. It's kind of sad. I did try and do the like that audio soundboard once upon a time, and I don't think you guys liked it because I think I was going through for the same audio effect over and over again. So, all right, be right back. I need to get some water. I am parched. All right. All right, come on. One more person. Otherwise, it's a 50-50 shot. That way I can say wee again. Man, some of the things that some of those spammer messages, I'm just like you can totally tell it's not a real person or it's a bot or it's something like just the way they phrased stuff is just not human. By the way, my hair is like totally tangled up in my glasses. I mean, not my glasses, my earrings. It's like it looks cute like this, but also it's like hooking into my hoops. All right, so contest is closed. So we've got Katie, and we have got Dina, and Fran is not wanting to ride the lightning today. I hear ya. So we are going to hide that, and I think we are ready to pick a winner. All right, Dina. Congratulations to Dina. go ahead and put your question into the chat, and I will go ahead and display it. I will pull 3 cards from the Mystic Dreamer, and we will have our first impressions of the Mystic Dreamer be through the mid-episode reading. And then, of course, I will pull more cards so you guys can check it out. And then the rest of the month of June is going to be card of the day pulls from the Mystic Dreamer. So you'll have plenty of time to check out this deck. Fair enough, Fran. It's supposed to rain again tomorrow. Not taking any chances. I wouldn't. As we wait for Dina's question, I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling up. So the backs of the cards look like this. So very like, I didn't even notice they were like tiny, tiny figures. To me, it almost looked like this hourglass and faces in it, but nope, they're tiny, tiny figures. And then it's like a reversed mirror image, so you don't know whether a card is coming up upright or reversed if you have it like face down, which I appreciate. I mean, it's not so much of a big deal, the backs of the cards, if you don't read with reversals, but if you're someone who does read with reversals, I appreciate having the mirror image be on there so you can't tell whether a card is upright or reversed from the back of it. Keep on forgetting to create an overlay. I get so impatient. I remember some cute ones though, like sidebars, you know, where I put the agenda on the side so everyone knows what's going on. I even remember making animated ones. Let me see if I have one in here. Oh, I found one for unboxings, which I apparently undid. Let's see. It's a cute little one. Transparent background. Yeah, I can use that. Anyway, a nice pastime while I was waiting for Dina's question to come in. Here we go. What do the guides want me to know about my career? Okay, so we're playing with fire because of the intro, where I said this used to be set for love readings, but let's see if it's still gonna do that. And it's just like, okay, no, I'm glad that you want to know about your career, but let's talk about. Fortunately, I am the type of reader that I can play with any deck, pretty much. But let's see. And also, let me. So I downloaded that. Let me. I miss your tree. Oh, my, you mean my logo, right? No, it's still there. Still got it. There you go. Still put my logo up there. Not a problem. Let's see. Like my tree. Or I can always do it this way. Anyway, take away the overlay. I don't need any overlay. I don't need no stinking overlay. I'll put back up the logo though. For you, Katie, I'll put back up the logo. All right. So what do the guides want me to know about my career? What do the guides want me to know about my career? Keep in mind that I haven't touched this deck in years. Doesn't mean I haven't touched a deck in years. Just not this deck. Career. 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 Okay. Well, all right. All right. And meanwhile, the deck is going hard. So, since we have the guidebook, I will refer to the guidebook, but sometimes I like to give my first impressions before I go to the guidebook if I'm working with the deck. So we're going to go, so I'm not unduly tainted by the guidebook. So I'm going to look at the cards first, and then we'll go to the guidebook. So the 3 cards that are coming up for you, Dina, what your guides want you to know about your career. We've got the 6 of Pentacles, we've got the 10 of Swords, and then we've got the 4 of Cups reversed. So to me, the 6 of Pentacles, I'm always on fire. Well, let me do the reading first before you say that. So, but they're pretty strong cards, even if they're minor arcana, like card slingers. So, for card slingers coast to coast, did we come out with the episode, the intro episode to the minor arcana? I believe we did, episode 101. If we haven't, sorry. If we have, go and listen to it. But we've said about the minor arcana that it's just like it can be deceiving, because sometimes those whammies of readings are all minor arcana, and there's no major arcana to be had there. So it depends on, the card, basically. But these, even though this is a minor arcana reading, no majors coming up, it still feels like a whammy of a reading, because you've got the 6 of Pentacles, and then you've got the 10 of Swords dead center, and then you've got the 4 of Cups reversed. So I don't know what it is, Dina. Like, I'm going to read it all first, but the general message that I'm getting is like, career-wise, it's feeling like there's some part of it that is you're hitting a roadblock, or you're hitting a dead end with your career. And it might not be clear to you right now what the reason is, but you're definitely feeling that like, why can't I get past this? And the reason why I'm saying that is because the 6 of Pentacles is a card about like doling out. You're doling out resources. And I don't know if it's you doling out resources, or if it's you receiving like, oh, please, please, please give me. Or, being like, are you the givee or the giver? Like, to me, it feels very hot and cold. It feels very like, some days you're the givee, sometimes you're the giver. I will hold up each card individually in a second. And then you've got the 10 of Swords, which is like endings. So it's just like, like it's either a wall or something needs to be cut through, like it feels as if you're reaching a point of no return with your career. And I don't know what it is about it. It feels very emotional though, because you've got the Four of Cups reversed. So it has that wishful thinking, but at the same time, it's coming up reversed, which to me is you don't have the blinders on. You're not an idealist about it. You're very pragmatic about it. But at the same time, it's definitely like wishing you should have done something sooner kind of thing, even though it's just like the past is the past. Like you really can't change what happened in the past. So it's just like it's mixed messagey, but at the same time, you do know what I'm talking about, you know? So individually, Six of Pentacles. And I'm going to hide this so that you can see it all the way. So there we go. So you got the Six of Pentacles. So it's definitely that energy of you've got the scales, you've got the extended hand, you've also got the people kind of begging. This can be a card of generosity, it can be a card of giving to charity, but sometimes like with the way the question is phrased and the information that I'm getting about it, it's just like it does feel as if like it's like grasping at breadcrumbs, it's just like any kind of glimmer of something in a direction is more about like oh, let's throw Dina a bone. So I don't think it's necessarily you being the giver. I think I think it's more about like you're constantly, it does feel as if this it's like this waiting to be picked energy. Which, like, dude, I have had that too, where it's just like I won't make a movement because I feel like not necessarily I need a permission slip, but it's just like I'm waiting to be picked. I'm waiting for someone to be like you. And in life, sometimes that doesn't happen and you could be waiting forever. So that aspect of it, career wise, it's just like you got to start making your own opportunities if you haven't already, or being focused on those opportunities that you have made for yourself, because someone's not going to come around and wave a magic wand and say you. Like, you've got to be youing. God, I hope that makes sense. Intuition is not always linear. I mean, especially with this deck, as we just talked about from the companion book. So there's that. It's like making those opportunities instead of waiting to be picked. Then you've got the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is like, especially upright, to me, it's just like something needs to end, something needs to be cut off, something needs to be stopped so the new thing can begin. And especially with this, like, it's a beautiful background, but like, man, like you cannot convince me that the 10 swords in the back is a good thing. You can't, because it's not a good thing. And to some degree, 10 of Swords, I think that 3 of Swords is way more about betrayal than the 10 of Swords, but there's some flavor of betrayal in here. Someone was supposed to vouch for you and they didn't. So again, that 6 of Pentacles message of like that pick me, like pick yourself. Like you pick you and you go out and do the thing, because whatever happened with this, the person that was supposed to vouch for you is not vouching for whatever reason. Probably has nothing to do with you, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't have an impact on you. So go out there and make your opportunities and follow through on the opportunities that are you based. And then finally, you have the 4 of Cups. Again, that beautiful, beautiful 4 of Cups. But it has that energy of like opportunity, like closed off to opportunity. This is not the mocha choca bullshit that I ordered. However, it's reversed. So you do not have the blinders on. You are realistic. But it's just that I feel as if the placement of this 4 of Cups right after the 10 of Swords is just like, it's emotional. It's emotional. and you're trying to be professional, and some part of it is not professional. It's not that you're not professional. It's just like some part of whatever was going on was not dealt with professionally. And so you feel wounded, you feel hurt, and rightfully so. But you cannot let that stop you. So, like, mourn and grieve and do what you got to do. But, like, that Six of Pentacles to me is like push forward. So, those are my first impressions. I will go to the guidebook. Feel free to put your input into the chat. I would love to hear it. Let's see if I'm as on fire as you are saying I always am. I mean, it's kind, but I'm not. It's kind of you to feed an Aries ego. However, I know as soon as my ego is fed a little too much, I get get taken down a peg or two because I need that. All right, let me hydrate. Please feel free to put your comments in the chat. And I'm going to go to the guidebook. So, Six of Pentacles. So Pentacles overall, according to the guidebook, are your money, your resources, your health. These are what you will find in the earthy pentacles. Images of skills acquired, money gained and lost, gifts received, and sensual pleasures flow through these cards. When they appear in your readings, expect cash to flow one way or the other. So in the middle of a courtyard, a woman stands holding a scale. Before her are two beggars. She gives money to one. It seems the other is to be denied any charity. This card deals with giving and receiving. Depending on your situation, this card can have many meanings. If you have a need, that need will be met by gift, donation, or through some unexpected source. If you are seeking aid, such as a scholarship or loan, this card is a favorable omen. If someone approaches you for help, you will find yourself in the position to provide it. And then reversals in this guidebook are basically the opposite. But it's not reversed, so I'm not even going to go there. So use your intuition when this card comes up. One woman is dressed in white, the other in red. What does this signify? The woman receiving the money is wearing a large gold pendant. Why is she asking for money? Okay, so, oh, that's okay. I have a long career at my company, but the idea of making my own opportunities resonates. And I do work with other people's money. LOL. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So, Ten of Swords. So swords, low wands, cups, swords. Your intellect, your thoughts, your fears. Yeah. Expect to be challenged when swords come up. Well, yeah, especially when the Ten of Swords comes up. Jeez. A woman crouches on a stony beach, 10 swords stabbed in her back. This card says in no uncertain terms that finally it's over, or it needs to be over. You have fought and worked at it, but you cannot change the situation. There's no fixing it. You may want to try one last time, but you will have to accept that this time you are beaten. It's a strange moment because you thought you'd feel a lot more pain and distress, but actually you feel calm and peaceful. Deep down, you are relieved that you don't have to fight it anymore. The intuitive piece is, although the woman is stabbed with swords, there is no blood. What does this suggest about the nature of the situation? And the image is bleak, but there are a tree and a castle in the background. How do they play into the card's meaning? I see. So it's like prompts, intuitive prompts. Yeah, I don't think I really needed those. See, I don't see that you're beaten with the 10 of swords, but it's just like I think something just needs to be done, you know. It's not about being beaten. I think just something needs to be done. It needs to be over. And then finally, 4 of cups reversed. So, if reversed, this card can mean a deeper depression or engaging in unhealthy activities to relieve boredom. I like my interpretation better. Sorry. Sorry, Barbara. I like my interpretation better. I mean, obviously, that's what it's all about, right? You know, you use the guidebook. If it helps, if it doesn't, use your own intuition. So, yes. Yep. No blood. She was already dead. LOL. So, I hope the combination of the of my reading and the guidebook helped. Um, so yeah. So that's what the cards look like, at least 3 of the cards. Um, Dina, any other commentary, any unresolved questions? Do you need another card to clarify? By the way, if you're wondering what we're having for dinner, it's probably going to be sandwiches. We bought a lot of cold cuts the other day. It was funny. It was funny too because Mr. Tarot by Hilary was saying, "Oh, we can always go get dinner before we go home," and I'm just like, "You're the one that was saying we bought so many groceries. We should use what we have." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, you're right." Like, ooh, we had BLTs. We do have bacon. We do have bacon in the fridge. We got this banging Italian herb mayo. I had to. It's terrible. Me going into a grocery store when I'm hungry is like the worst idea ever, and I knew it. And even so, our grocery store has a Starbucks in it, and Mr. Tarot by Hilary was making fun of the carts because it had a little cup holder like in the cart. And I was just like, all right, just for that, you're buying me Starbucks. And he's like, are you serious? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm serious. And it's just like, I need something to tide me over so I don't, you know, shop with my stomach. And still didn't work. It felt very bougie. Um, so Dina says, am an aspect of me being burnt out. Yeah, a card for some advice for the issue. Yeah, your guides are telling you. So your guides are telling you, like, vouch for yourself. You know, pick you. Don't wait to be picked. Um, that's the largest message that I'm getting here. But I'm shuffling, and I will give one more card to see advice. All right, it's this one. 4 of Swords reversed. So, which is a beautiful card. Remember, it's reversed though. So the 4 of Swords reversed to me, like the 4 of Swords when upright is just like meditation, rest, relaxation. You know, like you not necessarily a you earned it kind of rest, but more about like you need to rest. And the reversal to me is just like, now is not the time to rest. Like you gotta go, 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 go. I want to see in the guidebook what she says, but like I'm getting that message where it's just like, this is not the time to rest. It's not the time to rest on your laurels. It feels almost as if there's some kind of like call for vacation or call for a break, but like it feels almost like this kiss of death. Like it's just like if I take a break now or if I take a vacation now, um, the clients that I've worked so hard to cultivate will go to somebody else. And I don't even know how that works in your career. I don't like, but it's that kind of feeling where it's just like the opportunities that are here right now will not be here if I leave or if I take a break or a vacation or a rest or something. It's just like that's it's just not gonna it's not gonna work. Where are the swords? I just had it. Yes, those cards are 3D staged settings. I guess. So, Four of Swords reversed. Um, Interesting. Kind of what I'm saying, but kind of not what I'm saying because I don't think you're in denial about the situation. It says, if reversed, this card indicates a willful and unproductive ignoring of a situation. There is no refreshment, no insight. Instead, there is either denial or useless obsessing. So go neither extreme. Like, don't be in denial about it, but don't obsess over it. Just take action. Like the advice for the issue is like, take action. Now, I don't know what that looks like. With it being the Four of Swords, it could be like writing something, it could be journaling, it could be sending out an email. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what the concrete advice would be, but the main general advice from the Four of Swords reversed is to go, 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 go. Like, keep going. This is not the time to rest. You're welcome. Woo! Okay. So thank you once again to Dina for being vulnerable and allowing me the pleasure of reading for you. I know it's not easy sometimes being read for in a public forum, so I appreciate you. Now, if you like what you're seeing, folks, you can always book with me, tarotbyhilary.com, for your own personalized reading, for whether it's Skype, phone, Zoom, or via email, or think of me for your private party or private event or corporate events. I do it all. But if you were like what you're seeing or you're hearing, and you want to contribute to keep me doing what I'm doing, you can always feel free to leave a monetary tip through the virtual tip jar, paypal.me/tarot by Hilary NY. I am looking for the code. Where is it? Aha. So let me see if I can do that. Ooh, wait a minute. I'd have to show it on screen. Hold, please. Ooh, it just got very, very warm in here. So there you go. That's the QR code, but it's paypal.me/tarot by Hilary NY. Ooh, and it propagated in the chat, which is very cool. Okay, cool. Show that. No amount is too small or too large. Thank you. Or you can always share this live stream with your friends. all the replays are available on the Tube of You and the Book of Face. And we've been doing this for 4 years now. 5 coming up in August, I believe. Yes? That sounds right, guys? Anyway, many different ways to work with me and many different ways to show your appreciation. Please and thank you. Oh yeah, and also, let's see, where are my widgets? Follow us, subscribe, click the bell, all that jazz. Okay. Anyway. So let's go back to this. Take away the logo. And hide that. Cool. Alrighty, beditey. Okay. So let us take a closer look. Now that we've done the mid-episode reading, thank you again to Dina. Go ahead and say in the chat which cards you would like to take a look at. I am going to pull from the major arcana. May not necessarily be in orders, considering I have I just worked with this deck, but I'm going to pull out all of the majors as I can find them. Ooh, that 3 of Swords is nasty. Pages are quite beautiful, though. There's the moon. So if you have specific requests of which cards you would like to see, like the queens, like the kings, like don't bother saying about the majors because I'm going to show you all the majors. Katie says, Tower, please. Not to torment Fran, but I'm curious after that 10 of Swords imagery. Yeah, we'll definitely show the Tower, considering it's a major. I would consider possibly getting a borderless version of this deck because I don't know why. Like, normally the borders aren't distracting to me, but for some reason the borders are really distracting to me. And I just passed the Queen of Wands, so no problem, Katie. I got you. If we're talking about cardstock, I kind of wish the cardstock was a little bit thicker. Like it's pretty thin. No shade meant, but you know, I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to unboxings. Even if it's a deck that I've had for a while, even if it's a deck that I love, I'm still going to say something about that. No, I'm looking at certain cards and I'm just like having memories of different readings that I have given with the cards. Just vague memories. Like I don't have any details of the reading, but I do remember pulling the devil card from this deck and someone laughing and being like, "That's okay. Like I'll go home with that with that devil because it's like she's cute." So do remember that. I think it was at a party. All right, so Queen of Wands, Nine of Cups. Let me go through the majors first, then I'll find the Nine of Cups. I already got the Queen of Wands. Now, interestingly enough, like Katie, why did you ask about the Tower card again? Because I'm telling you, that is a stunning tower for the story that Fran told. You'll see why. You'll see why in a second. There's my girl, the High Priestess. All right. No. Oh, and there's the Nine of Cups, the very last card. Okay. Any other requests in the minor arcana, guys? I think I've pulled all the majors. So right now, Katie's asking for the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and that's about it. Okay. We'll see. We'll see what we can see. And my tummy is rumbling, so I'm ready for a sandwich. And I'm looking at the time. I'm like, oh, yeah, we've been at this for almost 2 hours, guys. So yeah. Yeah, no. Katie said, no, it was weird desire the moment you told the story of the card creation. No, Fran, it wasn't really. Funnily enough, that's the tower. I am not joking in the slightest. Like, let's get this out of the way. That's the tower. So, tower, High Priestess. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. That's like I looked and I was just like, no way. Way. Way, Ted. Strength. Chariot. Yeah. Pillar of power, that tower, and also that huge orb of lightning. Wheel of Fortune. The star. It's a really pretty star, guys. Now I'm fairly certain I've mentioned this deck in one of the Aces episodes that is coming up in Card Slingers. Can't remember which one, but I know I mentioned it, and I'm pretty sure it was. I might have mentioned it during the Star episode too. Temperance, the Sun, the Empress. Did you guys just hear that? The Devil. So this is the reason. That's the reason right there that joke was made about the devil. Death, the Fool, the Emperor, the World, yeah. So you guys both heard it. Sounded like a door opening. Clicks. It wasn't. It wasn't. I came off of the. I feel like it came off of the bedroom window, but it almost sounded like a paint chip falling. I'm not sure. Very weird to hear that though. The Hierophant, the Magician, the Hanged Man, Justice, the Moon. It's a really pretty moon. The Hermit, Judgment, and Lovers. And hopefully, I didn't miss any major. Now, by popular request, Katie asked for the Nine of Cups. Yeah, Katie says, I'm loving the watery imagery with these cards. It's the moon. It's like the moon reflection, which I had no idea. Yeah, or misty. I like it too. So that was the Nine of Cups, and then here is the Queen of Wands. It's dreamy, right? And notice that the Queen of Wands, she's got the sunflower, which is a traditional symbol in the Rider-Waite-Smith. But the little black kitty at her feet is not a little black kitty. It looks like it's a Siamese. hmm So that's another aspect of it that I would love to touch on and remind people. Like again, I don't know when Sophia is going to make her announcement, or even if she did, she might have already. I haven't really been looking much at the internets today. I've been busy doing my own thing, but it could be that she already announced it. So let me take a look. I'm going to shuffle these back into the deck, and I will shuffle the major arcana back into the deck. That is, if people don't have any more requests um, on the images they want to see. But again, we're working with this deck all month long. So let me see. And then I also want to continue to do tapping, which I have been doing personally myself, but I haven't really been working much with clients um, with tapping because I just haven't had the call for it. People haven't really been contacting me for that. They've definitely been contacting me for tarot. Um, but tapping to me is still a relatively newish modality, or at least to the people that are in my circles. It's just like they know I do tarot and they know what tarot is. They're not quite sure about tapping. So I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to use the modalities that I know that work for me to be able to help someone, so that I'm helping someone no matter the modality. It could be tarot, it could be tapping, it could be both, it could be neither. as long as I'm helping someone. So, why can't I find it? There we go. Aha! There was Thoth. There was Marseille. Yeah, I think we're still doing this challenge. I'm just not sure. So I'm gonna start it off tomorrow with pulling both a card from the Mystic Dreamer and the corresponding card from the traditional Rider Waite Smith. And so you will see both side by side so you can compare and contrast. And then I will also give my interpretation and point out a couple of things that I notice. So it's like kind of you're getting a twofer for the month of June. You're getting your card of the day. That's still going to happen, guys. It's still going to happen. You're still going to get your Tarot Tuesdays, which I know people really like. So I'm going to continue to do that, where you get to like pick a card, 1, 2, or 3, pick it sight unseen, and then come back for the reveals. And by the way, this past Tuesday, when we did the Tarot Tuesday for the final time with the Accurate AF, it was almost like if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out fighting. Like every message was like, oof. Did you notice that? Did you happen to notice that? And I pulled a animal spirit card from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, just for my Book of Face users or followers alone, just to clarify, not necessarily soften the message, but like give something to help. Maybe like, I don't know, is it necessarily a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down? I guess, kind of. But it just felt like something was needed additional. And so that was an exclusive for my Book of Face followers. Because I didn't want to put something up all across the board. I don't know. I just felt called to do it because I feel like the the reactions on the Book of Face were like, oh my God, like, why would you do that? Just like, listen, I didn't do it. I also got the message and it slapped me in the face too, which I know you all love to see the cards come for me, no matter if it's an oracle card or a tarot card or any kind of card. You enjoy when the cards come for me. I get it. I understand. My pain is your pleasure. I get it. Anyway, so that's the unboxing of the Dreamer, the Mystic Dreamer tarot deck by Hadi Daras with companion book by Barbara Moore. We're going to be working with this for the month of June for card of the day pulls, and then I will be pulling the corresponding Rider Waite Smith card. So you got a side by side comparison. So that's the story, Morning Glory. So back of the deck looks like this. Front of the deck looks like this with the border and the name underneath. Again, like my initial impressions of this deck as I'm revisiting it is just like, I kind of wish the border wasn't so extreme. I kind of wish I have a borderless version of this deck. I don't know if it necessarily comes as a borderless version, but I'm just putting it out there. The cardstock is a little bit flimsy, a little bit thinner than I would like. So these are my initial revisitation impressions. And more impressions will come up as I work with this deck for the month of June. Please feel free to follow me on social media for your card of the day. It's right there on the lower third at Tarot by Hilary on most platforms, including the Tube of You, the Book of Face, the Talk of Tick, the Vero. I'm back on Vero. And then also There's a couple of things I wanted to ask about. Like, first of all, tapping. I'm trying to work out a tapping program on accessing your intuition and uncovering the blocks toward accessing your intuition. So if that sounds interesting to you, using tapping, personalized tapping, to be able to access your intuition and uncover and break any blocks towards your intuition, like, feel free to email me about that and say you're interested in that, and we can work something out. It's something that I want to try and beta test and possibly do a whole program on it, um, because it's something I feel very strongly about. And I think tapping is a wonderful way to break through those kind of underlying beliefs of I'm not intuitive, or I'm not psychic, or I'm not as psychic as Hilary, or I'm not as psychic as Jamie or Melissa, or oh, those kind of, like, that's amazing. How do you like, I can never be that, or, my intuition comes for me, but like it comes at the most unopportune times, or whatever, or I don't know enough, or I'll never learn the tarot, or I'll never learn the tarot in the same way as blank. So if that sounds interesting to you, email me, let me know. So that's number one. Number two, I guess I have the ability to go live on the Talk of Tick now. And I'm not sure if any of you guys follow me on the Talk of Tick. It's same at Tarot by Hilary. But I'm just wondering, if I do a live, probably not going to be similar in format to this. Um, and I think it's going to be more readings based, possibly readings for money based, where it's just like, here's you pay your thing and then you get the reading live, which I've done on the gram of Insta before, with middling success. But I'm wondering if I am missing out on an untapped portion. So let me know about that too. So Katie says it was a bit of a beat up, the Tarot Tuesday. Yes, it is. Like, as soon as I saw some of you guys putting in your numbers, um, while I was doing the interpretations. Like, so what I do is I will post face down. I will post, and this is before I turn them over. Like, I am like very clear, like, I will not look at these cards. I do not want to be unduly influenced. Um, and then once I posted to all of the different platforms, then I will turn it over and I will work on the interpretations and then get it ready to be scheduled for either 11:11 or noon, or whenever I say the reveals are going to happen. And then, so I was working on the interpretations. Then I see the notifications pop up, and I see like a lot of like 111s or 222 or 333s. And I'm just like, oof, oof, oof. So it's like, some days I will see that notification come in and I'm just like, oh, okay. And then days like this past Terror Tuesday, I was just like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Each and every one of them, it's like, it's a rough reading. No matter which way you slice it, no matter which way you picked, it's going to be a rough reading. And that's how it's got to be. So, um, Katie says, I'm wondering if borders and thin cardstock was a standard of the time. Yes, I think so. Like that, like, I do have quite a few decks from Llewellyn at that around that same time. And yes, it feels pretty typical of that time. Correct. Other cards from that time, 10 plus years ago, I recall being like that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just like, oh yeah, 2008, 2008. So not quite 10 years ago, but still not that far away either. Wait, 2008. Yes, over 10 years ago. See, timey-wimey. I'm, I'm over 40. I'm over 40 and I still think the 80s were 20 years ago. And they're not. So Fran says, I have not submitted to it yet. Oh, Taka Tick? Okay, cool. So it could be that it's just a completely different audience is on there. And I haven't tapped into it, or maybe I'm not meant to tap into it. I don't know. Not a talker yet. Okay, cool. I mean, basically, like if you follow me on the gram of Insta and the Book of Face, you're seeing the same thing that the Talk of Tick is seeing. So maybe it's just a sign or a lesson to me that I need to do something differently for the different platform. It's just like, and this is stuff that I'm like, I know this on a fundamental level. I know that you should give the platform what it's asking for, like whatever platform it is. Like if it was the thing formerly known as Twitter, the twat of twit, that thing formerly known as, um, you give it pithy messages. If you're on the gram of Insta, you give it photos or videos. If you're on the Talk of Tick, you give it, I don't know, dancing or lip syncing. um, I am enjoying the gram of Insta's threads. It's what Twitter used to be, so I'm enjoying that. It's nice. Um, but that's another little lesson in business that I keep on coming back to again and again. Like, give the platform what it wants. If you're on a platform, like, stop spreading yourself so thin on being on all platforms all the time, Hilary. Damn it. Um, but also, if you're on that platform, give the platform what it wants and don't keep on rehashing the same thing. Like maybe it needs a different dimension or a different format, or it's more, the algorithm more likes videos instead of audios or static pictures. Like, I don't know. This is why social media managers exist, I guess. Anyway, I'm still working things out, but thank you all for your input. It's appreciated. I'm shuffling up this deck and I will use it for card of the day for tomorrow. So we're starting this tomorrow, June 1st. And I will see how it goes. And I don't know if I want to put it back into the baggie that it was in. Do I have another bag? Because like this is a very tight little bag. Please don't ban me from the platform by saying that. I feel like I have another bag that would be more serviceable. So somewhere or other. Yeah, I'll figure that out before I go to bed. All right. So weekend forecast, everybody. What are we feeling? Are we feeling an oracle? Are we feeling a specific type of oracle deck? Because I have the animal spirit close to hand, even though the guidebook is out in the living room, so I would have to go grab it anyway. I do have Seaborn Kipper. I do have the Visionary Oracle, and I could probably grab my Starseed or my Work Your Light from wherever it is. So choose your poison. In my hands, any oracle deck can be harsh. I don't know if that's necessarily a compliment or just facts. Mm-hmm. Katie's saying the visionary. Okay. All right, I'm going with the visionary. because it's right here. Oh, and work your light is also right here. Isn't that weird that it just like suddenly appears? I glossed right over it and then it appeared like, pick me. But no, not this time, buddy. Not this time. All right, from the Visionary Oracle. What do we need to know for this weekend? Ooh, okay. That was a flyer. Woo, that like jumped. Would you believe intuition? Of course. It's a really pretty card too, and it's all of my colors as well. The light purpley lavender color with the splash of like tealy blue. Like, ooh. Can you see this? Oh my God. So pretty. Shakes my head. Doesn't matter which deck I choose, which oracle deck you choose, what tarot deck we choose. The message is the message is the message, and it will always be whammy in my hands. Never fails. All right, so intuition is card number 8 in this deck. Does have different suits. So intuition is under the air and the intellectual suit in this particular oracle deck. So each card can be chosen and read intuitively. All right. Paying attention to what feelings or thoughts arise when you see the imagery or read the word on the card, or you can use the book to get deeper guidance into the meaning or potential. So, correct. Messages will be repeated until received. Your call is important to us. Please stay on the line for a bitch slap. Okay, intuition. So connecting more deeply with your intuition and emotions will bring forth ever more authentic and original work. So keep in mind that the Visionary Oracle is meant for creatives like painters, artists, writers. But that doesn't mean you have to be a painter or writer or artist to receive the message. I think to live life, you have to be creative. To survive life, you have to be creative. So productivity is only half the equation of doing great work. The other half is inspiration. Creating the space to dream, imagine, and play can help you tap into your true creative depths, allowing you to tune into the voice of your intuition and use it as a source of guidance. Alrighty then. As I carefully put this back in the box, like diffusing a bomb. All right. I think that's quite enough. We're over 2 hours into the broadcast. It's time to go home. You can go home. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here in my bedroom. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. We'll be using Mystic Dreamer Tarot deck for card of the day pulls for the month of June, comparing it with a traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Side-by-side comparison of those two cards. So you're still going to get your messages from Tarot by Hilary, but it might be a more of a educational month of June for card of the day pulls. And we have our mid-episode reading. Thank you once again to Dina for being a willing participant. Thank you again to Fran for letting me know about that wild aftermath of her reading. And remember that the card for the weekend is intuition. Remember to use it. Remember to cultivate it. Remember to get still to get the messages from your intuition, because sometimes with it's hard to listen to your intuition with all of that external feedback that's going on. So, yes. So, Katie says, thank you, Hilary. Have a good weekend, everybody. It's sandwich time. Yes, it freaking is. Yes, it is. Dina says, very appropriate card for the weekend. Yes. Fran says, have a good weekend. You as well, Fran. Dina says, bon appetit. Thank you very much. So once again, I am Hilary of tarotbyhilary.com. The website is right there if you'd like to book a reading with me or a tapping session with me. Do this every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition, clearly, because we just pulled the damn intuition card from the Visionary Oracle. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, everybody. And I will see you again next Friday, same bat time, same bat channel. Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye.